Hey everyone, Renmar here, also known as Reptar, or the other way around. I have different names. Analyst for MPL Philippines Season 9. Just wanted to make a quick video, or hopefully it'll be quick, about where we are in terms of the hero stats, pick, bans, win ratio, when were they picked, blue first or in the red side, first two picks, for the first 2 weeks of MPL Philippines. You are now looking at my personal stat sheet. The league also has stats, but for me, I like tracking this my own and just using that to cross-reference, mainly because I think it's good practice and it's a nice thing to work on when creatively I can't think of any content or what to shoot. So here, look at these stats. Right now it's arranged by pick plus bans. I arranged it by pick plus bans because that really gives you a good idea of which are the most contested heroes in this meta, and not just in terms of like most pick, most ban, but like the total of it all. So you could really see the picture of the meta in terms of like, which heroes are the teams going for, things like that. For example, here, if you look at Valentina here at the top, you can see that she has been picked 6 times, banned for 25 times. Their total games played so far in Season 9 is 31. She's been picked plus banned 31 times, meaning she's shown up in all the drafts so far this season. She's only won thrice, and of all the 6 times that she was picked on the blue side first. So it's an automatic thing. I wonder if that'll change for the next few weeks. Not to say that Valentina is an underperforming hero because she has a 50% win rate. She only won 3 out of 6, but it gives you an idea. Like, if you look at the numbers, this could mean, because the teams are ready to face it, that if the Valentina shows up, teams know how to adjust or have certain plans prepared to make sure it doesn't pop off that it could. Because as you can tell, with these numbers, Valentina is very important to all the teams. Let's just see which teams are actually ready to face off or give the Valentina a hard time. So when you look at stats, or at least when I look at stats, these are the things that go through that should go through your mind and what go through my mind. Right now, what I have highlighted here actually are the top performing heroes. I was thinking maybe 10 picks, but I put it into 9. So the heroes that have at least been picked 9 times, with win ratios somewhere in the green. Okay. As you can see here, Cho, he is a usual first pick. So he's been first picked 7 times on the blue side, 10 times on the red first 2. So that means more than 50% of the games played this season, he's a first pick. Which is why usually when you're predicting drafts, depending on who's open or not, it's easy to predict, okay, Cho most likely will show up here. You also have to consider which teams are playing, if they prioritize the Cho or not. Glue also, still a very strong pick, 8 to 12. Not a bad win rate. Out of the 31 games, picked 12 times, banned 18 times. So you can tell why Glue is actually a very contested hero right now. I didn't want the Selena, 2 for 3, usually banned out, and the times there have been Selena performances, they've been really great. Lancelot for me is a surprise of the season. He's actually 10 for 16. As far as I know, 3 of these losses came from I think it was 3 games where SDZYZ played Lancelot in a row in Echo versus TNC. I could be wrong. We'll look at it later. I'll show you another thing later. But yeah, 10 wins out of 16 times picked. Very high win ratio. Paquito, this is a surprise. He's actually not winning a lot. 4 for 16, only 25% win rate. But he has a pick plus ban of 28, so that's only 3 games where we didn't see Paquito in the draft. And maybe it's gotten to the point where teams are just used to facing off against the Paquito and are ready to face him. Similar to what happened in MPL Philippines Season 8 for Jawhead. Jawhead, you saw him get banned often, and the times that he was picked, it didn't turn out well for him. So yeah, maybe it's gotten to the point where Paquito teams are used to going up against the Paquito, and they're ready to adjust to him and give him a hard time in game. Not to say it's a bad pick, just teams look ready. Same thinking. So now, let's look at the rest. Eve, 7 for 14, 50% win ratio. Yu Zhong, 50% win ratio. Beatrix, if I'm not mistaken, she is the top performing marksman right now. 11 wins, 15 times picked, 21 appearances in the drafts out of 31, and that's a crazy win ratio. And you could tell that, and just remembering the games, there are so many great Beatrix games, really, and a lot of the Beatrix users really juggle around 3 guns: Renner, the sniper; Nibiru, the machine guns; and Wesker, the shotgun. So yeah, there, Beatrix. No wonder why she's a hotly contested marksman right now. And usually when you see Beatrixes in a lineup, it's safe to assume the lineup with the Beatrix has a good chance of winning. Stats don't lie. But also you have to consider what the other things were picked were. Matilda, highlighted her, although she's only 9 games, so 5 for 9, not bad. Lilia has not seen a win yet this season, which is actually very interesting. I could have sworn she at least got one, but guess not. No wins for Lilia yet at the 6 times she was picked, and she's been banned a lot. Esmeralda, alright performance, 7 for 11. 18 appearances in the draft, 7 times banned. Clint, alright too. He's in the red in terms of the win rate, but maybe I'd like to see more Clint games. Yeah. Here, I just want to show this though. Look at Brody there at number 28. No wins yet. 5 times picked, 4 times banned. So, really, the best performing marksman in this meta really is Beatrix. 1-1 is 3 for 6. Papuling Koopa's 3 for 5. But right now he seems pretty niche. Something that you don't really always pick if it's gonna be available. Yeah, so far that's it. That's just there, a very quick picture of what the drafts look like. Although things we should watch out for here are these. Benedetta is actually 3 for 3 this season. I believe that was a game on the hands of, I remember one from Carl TZ. Ureshi also played the Benedetta, and I just can't remember who the other Benedetta game was. But I remember Ureshi and Carl TZ because they were the most recent ones. 3 games as well for Roger and 3 wins. So watch out for Benedetta and Roger to show up more potentially. Eudora actually also 2 for 2 alongside Kadeta. And the times these have been used, if I'm not mistaken, this is 1 for Echo, 1 for TNC in Kadeta, and for Eudora, the 2 times Eudora has been played have been by Echo. Could be wrong, but that's what I remember. And here, Johnson, 1 for 1 right now in MPL Philippines season 9. And just so that you can see the other things here on my stat sheet, this is what helps me track ultimately here. So these are the picks, and if they win or lost or not, that helps me cross-reference with the first sheet that you saw, and the same thing goes for bans. Week 1, week 2, and which side that they were banned in. So, few more last things I want to show here. Let's just get the total. So earlier I did mention that Cho is the most first picked hero so far, 17. So that's more than 50% of the games played. So Lancelot has been first picked. Someone called looking for Ace Hardware. Do I look like an Ace Hardware? Alright. 10 here for Eve. Whoops. Let's see. So far, yeah. All the times Uranus has been first pick, it's been red side. That's 3. Same goes for Matilda. And in the first 2. And that's out of the 9 times she was picked. Interesting. Okay. So, in terms of being first pick in this season, the most first picked heroes are these 3. The Cho, the Lancelot, and the Eve. But for Eve, most of her first picks were on the red side. Meanwhile, for Cho, same for the red side as well. But the fact that he appears this much as the first pick really shows you how important Cho is right now for a lot of the teams here in MPL PH Season 9. And just a very quick thing, this is my folder of drafts, because to help me double check and cross reference, I take screenshots, or like in the case of this one, the screenshots here were provided by our league operations of the PNC and the Omega draft. It wasn't shown on screen during the broadcast, but here I also got my hands on the screenshot of that. And yeah, it's just how it is. Everything's like organized. I just have to like go through the schedule and check which ones came first, because I'm pretty specific like with the order in terms of the matches when they were picked, because I need that for the blue side, red side first too, and then at the same time it gives me a good idea for other things that I want to prepare for. And yeah, that's it. Just a really quick video about stats and things I track and stuff. If you want to see more stats, the MPL Philippines Facebook page posts a lot of really great graphics about the performances of players and teams, so check out the post there. But you can also go into the data part of the ph-mpl.com website to check out more stats. They have stats on the teams, players, the standings, and they also have hero stats there as well. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you learned something new with this video. See you on the next one.